Okay, YouTube. This is a story. It's a true story. It's about survival. Now, we always think about survival is as in the sense of when the shit hit the fan kind of scenario, the end of the world's kind of scenario. Like, okay, well, I'm preparing for that type of survival. Well, this is an everyday survival, and this is a lesson learned, a valuable lesson learned by me. In front here, I have some things that I picked up because I needed to pick them up. I was in another vehicle other than mine. I was 50 miles from any kind of town, and wouldn't you know it, I ran over a bolt with a large piece of metal attached to it. And so anyway, so I pulled over, and I was like, shit, look at that big piece of metal sticking out of that tire. I'm gonna have to get that out because you really can't ride on that. So anyway, so I think, well, I'll go change the tire. I go to the back, to the trunk, and no tire, no spare tire. This is a car, by the way, that's something like 2 years old. No spare tire, no jack, no lug nut wrench. Go to find out that the tires are run flat tires, but they only go about 50 miles. And my understanding of them is that once the air's out, the structure of the sidewall, I think, is what gives it its shape, and so you can ride on it. I'm sure that probably after a while riding on it will break down. But anyway, I was lucky. There was a gas station a couple miles down the road, and right next to it was a True Value hardware store. Now, this gas station did not repair tires. There was nowhere for me to get a new tire, but there was this True Value hardware store. So what did I go in there and pick up? Well, tire gauge, lug nut wrench, and I recommend these with the four different, you get 4 different size lug nuts on it, and the cross member, you get a lot more torque on the bolts. And I picked this up. Now, it's made in China. It was $17. A pump. This pump works off of your cigarette lighter, 12 volt. And so I got that. It was $17. And I got a tire repair kit. Okay, with some glue. Now, I had to pull out the piece of metal with the bolt in it, and I could not find a jack at this particular store. Luckily, somebody lent me a jack. It was a scissor jack, and they suck. Now, I don't know what you guys keep in your cars, but maybe you really should look at what you've got in there. Make sure you have a good jack, not a scissor jack. They suck. The one that I was given to use, I jacked the car up, and there was a really slight incline, and wouldn't you know it, that scissor jack fell over, collapsed and fell over, and the car came down. So anyway, another lesson learned there. So I would highly recommend one of these little pumps. It took like 6 minutes to inflate the tire. So I would say keep one of these in your car. If the shit hit the fan and you're I have a bug out vehicle, and I'm gonna do a video on it, and I've got some sort of backups for these kind of contingencies. But this is everyday survival. What happens if there wasn't a I think it was Ace or True Value, one of them, and there wasn't a anywhere else for 50 miles? And I had to pull that piece of metal out. I mean, even if you were further away, you would be screwed. And to cap it all off, the battery on my cell phone died, and I didn't have a charging cord. So yeah, so I was not doing very well. I was not very prepared. So anyway, I would recommend you keep something like this in your car, and really a repair kit of this type. The type that has the glued rubber pieces that you punch into the hole. And again, you know what? This is simple, but a tire gauge. But anyway, this is again a quick video of some things that maybe you might want to consider keeping in your car. Like I said, I have a bug out vehicle. I have things in it, not this, but some similar stuff, but I was in somebody else's vehicle. So anyway, again, this is a quick video on think of survival as an everyday mindset. It really is, hence the name, Survival Everyday. And it could be as simple as having your everyday carry items. I'll tell you another little story, real quick story with that. Obviously, I'm in LE. I locked somebody up a couple of months ago, and I, like a dummy, went into a convenience store, and guess who was in there? The person I locked up. And he wasn't real happy with me. And did I have my everyday carry on me? No, I didn't. I ran in there really quickly to go get something, not even thinking. But luckily, in my BOV, I do carry a gun. And so I was able to go back to my vehicle. Nothing happened, but again, it comes down to everyday survival. You know, just know your whereabouts, have situational awareness going on, and be prepared. Well, anyway, thank you, YouTube.